So today we're going to talk about being broken so that you can be made whole. So being broken meaning that at some point in our lives, we all either have or we will experience some type of heartbreak. No matter what it's from, we all will have or will experience some form of situation where there is, due to losing someone, losing something, losing a situation, we will have gone through some form of loss that seems to be unfathomable. We can't fathom the thought of how we will go on after this heartbreak, after this loss. We can't even imagine life without whatever that this thing is. We can't imagine getting over the grief and the disappointment of even having to live life without the expectations that we had. Now we have to rearrange, our whole setup. We have to rearrange our plans, rearrange our day-to-day schedule, rearrange our future. There's a whole lot of rearranging going on. There's a whole lot of grief going on. There's a whole lot of acceptance. There's a whole lot of anger. When you're broken, many different emotions come into play. It's not just pain. Pain is there, yes. But there's a whole lot of other layers that you have to uncover before you even get to the pain. And anytime the pain rears up, when it flares up, then that reminds us of why we're in pain, which the whole cycle continues again. So being broken is not pretty. It's not desirable. It's not easy. It's none of those things. Being broken is it can put you in a pit. Being broken can put you in a place that you never expected, that you never even asked for. A place that you wish that you weren't. Now, as an adult, as a teacher, as a caregiver, whatever your role is, you know this because you have already experienced it. You know, with the wisdom of living life and knowing that this yields that, this equals that, A equals, B, 1 plus 1 equals 2. You know that. But this person under your tutelage, this person under your wing, they aren't experienced yet. They don't know that. They don't understand that this thing will yield that result. They don't understand that. They don't see that that's a 1 and this is also a 1. So if I put these two together, then I'm going to come out with 2. They don't see that. They don't recognize the first one, so therefore they will misinterpret the second one. So now they're surprised when they got 2. So, as a parent, teacher, caregiver, whatever your role is, do you yield? Do you shield this person that's under your wing? Do you shield them from that heartbreak? Do you spare them the heartbreak? Because we know how shattering it is. We know the pain. We know all the levels of feelings, emotions, in the depth of healing. And who likes healing? We know all of that. So do you spare them that trouble? Do you spare them that time? Do you spare them that heartbreak? Now, the twist is, if they go through that heartbreak, then they will come out on the other side victorious. They will come out on the other side healed and whole. They will come out on that other side a completely different person living a completely different life because of their experience that they went through that brokenness. If they don't break, then they can't get that experience. If they don't break, then they don't get a chance to live that particular life. They continue living, but they can't live that particular life because that particular life only comes with wisdom. They only get the wisdom through the brokenness. So do you spare them that heartbreak, or do you allow them to be broken so that they can be made whole? Do you understand that for many of us, for all of us, that's the precise way that the Lord looks at us? For each and every one of his children, he looks at us the same way. He knows how it's going to end. He knows and he understands that we have to go through that brokenness. We have to go through that loss. We have to go through that heartbreak. We have to go through all of these scenarios so that we can get broken, so that we can gain the wisdom, so that we can be made whole, so that we can heal, and healing will lead us to wholeness. All of this whole rundown leads us back to the Lord. During our season of brokenness, in our season of brokenness, we have a chance to sit and sup with him. We have a chance to sit in his embrace. In our season of brokenness, that's our time to sit and be nurtured. That's our time to release. In the season of brokenness, that's our time to be made whole. That's your time of healing. In your season of brokenness, that's your time to be fed. If you don't go through the season of brokenness, if you fight the season of brokenness, you can never heal properly. You can never be made whole. You can't skip. This is not Uno where you reverse this. You can't skip and draw two and all those things. You can't do that. When we're dealing with matters of the heart, when we're dealing with our soul, when we're dealing with your spiritual man, you have to go through your brokenness. You have to heal in order to be made whole. Your broken season gives you wisdom. That wisdom is going to allow you to heal and lead you to being made whole. If not for those things, you will live just a regular mundane life. If not for those things, you can never live in your full purpose in which He intended you. He made you a certain way so that you can produce certain things, so that you can live a certain life that will bring Him glory in the end. Without that broken season, we can never live in our purpose. So don't mistaken the broken season for just a tragedy. Understand that this broken season is meant to be so that we can heal, so that we can be broken, and so that we can be made whole. So until next time, stay vigilant and continue healing.